All Christians would agree that God is the ultimate authority. But how is his authority made known? Firstly, through God's revelation in the Bible, which says of itself, "All Scripture is God-breathed and is useful for teaching and training in righteousness." Key passages from the Bible for Christians would be the Ten Commandments in the Old Testament, and in the New Testament, Jesus summing up the law when he said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind and strength, and love your neighbour as you love yourself." Also important will be the new commandment Jesus gave: "Love one another as I have loved you." For Protestant Christians, the Bible is the only source of authority. This idea is known as sola scriptura, or Scripture alone. But for Roman Catholics, there is a second, almost equally important source of authority, that of church tradition. This is the accepted teaching of the Church throughout the centuries, developed by its leaders and teachers, and proclaimed by its ultimate leader, the Pope. There are special times when the Pope speaks ex cathedra, when his teaching is regarded as infallible and has to be believed if you are to remain a faithful Roman Catholic Christian. The final major area of Christian authority is conscience. Many Christians would argue that conscience is a God-given ability to know the difference between right and wrong, or that the voice of conscience is God himself speaking to your heart and mind. There are different tools Christians use to help their conscience decide matters. Perhaps the most important is prayer, laying an issue before God and asking for his guidance in how to proceed. Then there is the question, what would Jesus do in these circumstances? Even if sometimes this may produce a surprising answer. There is the accepted behaviour seen in your local congregation, or the example set by faithful Christians you know, or from the past. But overall, Christians would expect conscience to be primarily guided by the command most stressed by Jesus: the law of love.